Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing well. I haven't been online for a while, but I do have a reading that I'm going to share with you today. This one is on the two young children that are missing in Nova Scotia, Jack and Lily Sullivan. And I've really gone in and out of myself so many times about what to say, what not to put in it. And I'm very, very conscious that obviously these children have friends, there's family, there's a search going on to try and find them at the moment. And I know sometimes, I mean, we saw it with Jace later, didn't we, where sometimes things can get a bit out of hand with social media. So I thought oh, my throat's gone. The best way to do it was to tell you what I have from the reading, but actually phrase the questions a little differently. So ask why possibly, why the children haven't been found, where they might be, what law enforcement can do to find them, rather than, casting accusations and trying to state what's happened before there's been a full investigation into it. So before I start, I do have to say that this is for entertainment purposes only. It's my thoughts and opinions, it's not fact. Now, in terms of why these children haven't been found, I do feel that there's a lot of cloak and daggers with this case. I feel like a lot of things, it's just not quite accurate, some of the information, and I feel as though that's for a number of reasons. I mean, there could be a couple of people who's outright just making things up, but on top of that, I feel as though there's certain things and statements that have been made and people genuinely can't remember, they don't know. One of the things that I do feel quite strongly in this case, and the card always comes out, is to go back and check these times, because for whatever reason they are off, they're just not right. And it could be that the parents possibly slept a little longer than they said they had, and so the timings aren't right there. But for whatever reason, these timings are just not right at all. And I keep getting that through this reading, that for the search to find these children, then that needs to go, they need to look at these again and have a reassessment of what's going on there. Now, I'm going to show you a couple of cards, and I feel as though this is related to possibly, well, a specific event that, there was quite a few people at that time, and what I get is the sort of lies and cover up. Now, I'm not saying that this is because, and I'm not going to say either, that this is because something happened to Jack and Lily and everyone's covering it. I feel as though there's something that might make people look bad, so it's sort of not being mentioned, it's being covered over, and people really don't want to go into the details of it. And again, I get something happened behind closed doors, and I feel like this is where the search needs to go to, rather than sort of, oh, they wandered off. I feel as though something's happened, particularly around Jack. I get this feeling, but something went on behind closed doors, and it's a bit like you need to go back to this incident, and then things will start to come together, things will start to snowball a bit more from there. But in terms of some of the search, what we're not getting things that are quite accurate, and the next part I'll come on to what could be done to try and find them. I do feel as though those children will be found, and this card falls out, and it's always heartbreaking when you see something like please find me, and you've got two little children who's out there missing. When clarifying with the cards, what could help with the search, what could help with the investigation to finding the children, the first thing that comes out is this missing searching card, and that's indicating that the searches should continue, because these children will be found, they are out there somewhere. I'm also getting this person of interest, and I get a female energy around this card. I also get this sense that she's possibly spoken to the services before, she might have made a statement, and she may have even been out on the searches too herself, but because of this error in the timelines, I'm going to call it, it might not have been taken seriously, but she's going to be a witness in the future. I also have around this card, because I feel as though there's more than one person of interest, this card. Now it says fraud at the bottom, but that's not what I'm drawn to. I'm drawn to someone sort of, when I'm thinking of the case and I'm thinking of this one, I'm drawn to the person on the phone, and I feel as though this is one of the people they've contacted the rescue services, they've done a tip and they've pointed to a specific part of the wooded area, and I feel as though this is a person of interest here as well, because what I also have is this card, no too much want to talk, and I feel like this applies to a number of people. The main one that I have coming out is this gentleman here, and it's like he wants to say more. I think there's a few of them. I get some younger people as well as one or two older gentlemen, and I always get this sense that something was actually seen that day. Now I don't know if this has already been reported and it's been discarded, because obviously again I feel like this timeline error it's really hindering the case. But again, I do have these people around that actually want to talk, that want to make statements, they do have something to say, and there were things seen around the time the children went missing. What I'm also being shown in the cards is this, a home search. So there's a house, someone's home needs to be searched, and what I have around this house is this creeping card. So something was seen, whether or not the children were being watched is something that keeps coming up. It's I feel as though this is connected to the parents, and they're blaming each other in a way as to who was watching them, who should have been watching them. And there's also a couple of other people there. That could be the stepfather's family, but I feel as though there's this element of blame between the adults as to who was watching them and who should have been watching them. And that's possibly why this card comes out, this risk card. I also have around this house, this search, this card here, this fire, and I feel as though something's going to be found in some sort of ashes, as though it's been, someone's attempted to destroy it. And I keep getting travel cards around that, so it could be a little, you know, like a little backpack, something that one of the children would have taken with them on holiday. But again, I'm being shown that there's this house search that's relevant, that can help piece clues together and that can assist the teams with the search. Another thing that keeps coming out in this reading, and again I feel as though this is connected to the mother and the stepfather, is you know, this card had to get away. Now I also have this mental struggle around this too, and I do, obviously they're going to be in absolute turmoil right now. We have the spouse partners card, so that's the two of them there together. But what I also have is this disaster, like sort of something's happened, and I'm not going to say they've seen anything, I'm not going to say that they know anything, but they have this feeling, you know, however you look at it, they have this feeling that something's happened and it's been catastrophic, and they're sort of blaming each other. It's like, who was watching them again? And I do feel like what this boils down to is who was watching them, why wasn't anyone there, and a lot of blame going between the two of them, which is why the mother's left, why she's got out. Now I do appreciate that this can seem a bit vague, but I'm just trying not to add, you know, too much speculation or anything to the case while it's still ongoing. But with the children, I do feel as though they're in, I get different energies around them. So with little Jack, I feel almost like he's trapped. I feel a bit something around my neck. Do you know, I don't know, did he have asthma or something? But I feel as though there's something tangled, wrapped, something like that, but he's trapped is what I feel. And what I'm getting is that he's close to the water. I keep getting these cards out each time and I keep seeing it as well. So we have this drain or waterway, tunnel or underground. I feel as though it's more like a bridge than a tunnel, but I also keep getting these, do you know, like metal rods or bars? There's some sort of pillars just close by that I keep seeing as well. Now, in terms of, you know, he will be found. I do feel he's going to be found. In terms of things that, you know, actions that should be taken, I keep getting this leap of faith, and I'm drawn to the dog as well with this card. But what I'm getting is go slightly further afield. It's like he's somewhere, I don't know whether it's been searched or not yet, whether it's within the area, but I'm getting just take this leap of faith. I don't feel as though it's somewhere that's easily accessible. I feel as though it's quite difficult for people to get there, so possibly that's why I'm being shown the dog. But I'm also being shown this card here, and I keep being drawn to the bridge. Now, with him being found, I keep getting the feeling that it's younger people, but they could have a female with them. She could be some sort of team leader, but I feel as though it's someone who's slightly younger generation that finds little Jack. And again, in terms of what can be done to assist the search to find him, I keep getting that, you know, go back to the start. There's people not showing the true face with this one, and I mean that for lots of people rather than just focusing on the family group. I feel as though there's a lot of people that aren't actually, for whatever reason, mistakenly, some not, they're just not actually shown or telling the full story with this. And again, I keep getting that he's been tied somehow, tangled. And what I keep getting with Jack too is this social media. Now, I don't know whether someone's been sending messages. Possibly someone on social media has actually seen something, or they've told someone something. So as I said with Jack, I do feel as though he's going to be found. And all of the cards that I get with him, you know, this tunnel or underground, the waterway, the drain, another tunnel, I do feel like he's trapped somewhere, and it's almost like it's inside, but it's not. It's completely hidden from view, which is why I feel as though the cards are telling me possibly take a dog or something. I feel as though it's really inaccessible to people. And I'm also feeling as though it's like it's in the water, but I'm getting sort of look up. So I don't know what that means. I do have to say too that around Jack, I keep getting this card, which is the accident. So something did happen to him, unfortunately. But again, it could be this tunnel, which is why I keep feeling it happened inside. And I also get these two cards, the cover up, the clean up around Jack. And again, I'm not going to go into who I believe that was or anything else just yet. I'm just going to focus on the investigation. Now, with the two children, I get two completely different feelings around them. With Jack, I feel as though he's trapped. It's quite traumatic. With Lily, it's almost a little bit tranquil, quite serene. And around her, I feel as though her location is closer to the, I get like a shoreline or something. So she's at the water's edge. I keep on seeing lots of birds too. So again, I feel as though I'm going towards the coast here. I could be wrong because I don't feel as though there are any coasts or, you know, shores or beaches around where the two children went missing. But that's the feeling I get around Lily. I also get that there's this female energy around her. Now, that could be because there's a female presence. It could be close to a female's house who she knows, or it could be somewhere that's named after a female. But I get this really, really strong female presence around where Lily is at this point in time. To go through finding her, again, the same things come out as they did for Jack. We had the tunnel underground, we have the waterway, so it could be that the two children were in some sort of waterway and they've been separated. But I also get this, and you know, please find me, that always sort of makes you feel a little bad, doesn't it? Pulls at your heartstrings a little. And again, for the services to go back. I'm being told there are clues there are things to be found, and what we have here is the home or the house search again, and we have the vehicle or moved. Now I do feel as though there's a vehicle or something similar to a vehicle, not quite a car, I don't feel, but there's something there that's quite significant to these children's disappearance. Now with this vehicle, I do get that something was actually seen there, and that's going to come up in the future at legal proceedings, some sort of trial. And the web of lies, I get this card, and I'm getting two things from this. So obviously there's a social media aspect where there's a lot of things being put out there that just aren't accurate at all, but there's also the aspect where I feel as though someone's sent some sort of message. It could be through, I don't know, maybe Snapchat or something along those lines, but things have been covered over in this case, and someone does know what happened to those children. That's a really strong feeling that I'm getting through. Apologies if that seemed a little vague. I'm trying to say things without actually casting accusations. I don't want to be adding to any disinformation, and again, this is for entertainment purposes only. So going forward, I do feel as though there's going to be new evidence, there's new statements coming out, and a lot of lies are going to be revealed. So all of these cover up that keeps coming out, I feel as though that's going to be revealed. Now there's a few things that I get that come through quite strongly. One of the things that we're going to see in the future is reports of this accident, this incident that happened, and I do strongly feel this was inside a building. So possibly someone's home, but this happened inside a building. But I also get coming out that's going to be revealed, new evidence, is this, so substances. I feel as though there's an element of substance misuse around the children, possibly. Could have been some sort of incident with that, some sort of accident that's happened. But I also get that there will be people found guilty, so there will be charges brought. And what I have here is that there's more than one person. So there's quite a few of them, I feel, involved in this. At least 2, possibly 4, 5 that'll be caught. I also get this strong feeling that something happens through social media. Now I keep seeing a younger male, a younger person, but there's something on social media, and I don't know whether they manage to spot something, whether they point something out, but something from social media comes through, and that helps, and it leads to this breakthrough with the Canadian police. I also get that there's and I'm not going to say it is family, but I also get a connection to the family for the people who are actually found guilty. And this could be because they're in such a small area, such a small neighbourhood, or it could be family members themselves. That reading was really, really difficult to do, and I've never really done one before where I've held back a little bit, but for some reason with this one, I feel as though I need to hold certain bits back, and purely for the sake of the family, for the friends, for the people who are out there searching, because this must be absolutely horrendous for them and the community itself. But I hope I'm wrong. I hope the children are found safe and well, and I hope they're found really soon too.